Hello and welcome to the Evercade Retreat. Gene Joke here, and today I'm adding Life on Mars to my ever-growing list where I rank every Evercade game ever. Life on Mars is a sci-fi based exploration platform run and gun type game. It was developed by Kain magazine software, and it's a reimagination or adaptation of their earlier MSX2 title of the same name. It was rebuilt for the Sega Mega Drive and obviously came to the Evercade and can be found on the Life on Mars Metal Dragon Indie Dual Cards. It's a game that takes inspiration from many places, often 1980s and 90s sci-fi horror films and games. It evokes the mood of Aliens, The Thing, Metroid, among many other things. In it you play the role of Sam, a lone technician. Anyway, you're sent to investigate a Martian colony that's gone dark after discovering frozen microbial life forms. While it's often described as a Metroidvania, I'd say it's really an exploration run and gun. I don't think it quite qualifies as a Metroidvania, but hey, maybe that's just being pedantic. It is in that vein though, and while there is exploration and it's gated by abilities and bosses, it's fairly linear as far as these things go. There's no deep exploration or puzzles. You start off with a basic gun, and you get abilities like grenade launcher, double jump and a sprint, and your weapons and armour can be upgraded by spending currency you get from picking up items dropped by felled enemies. The controls are a little bit stiff and stilted, but it's okay, nothing too drastic. The enemies can be a bit bullet spongy, especially if you haven't upgraded your weapon enough, which is probably a good indicator when you need to grind things a little bit. Now on the graphics front, first impressions wise, the graphics are very good. Or at least they certainly seem that way at first, but I'll get back to that. The general look and atmosphere is excellent. It gives a strong first impression. The presentation is solid as well. Your main character looks good, and the first droid enemies you come across also look very good, but they might look a little bit familiar. And as you get deeper into the game, you'll see some more cracks forming. Not all the visuals are of equal standard, and many will be quite familiar. The art takes a lot of inspiration from other games. The keen eye will recognise certain sprites and environments. What makes it stand out is the completely original sprites are clearly not of the same quality as the ones that are heavily inspired from elsewhere, and that inconsistency really does hurt the overall look of the game. But again, still the general quality is good. The sound effects are generally quite good, sparse but effective. The music, what there is of it, is done really well. Again, the aesthetics of the game as a whole work together to provide a really good atmosphere. However, I do feel it's undermined by the sort of humorous tongue-in-cheek writing. There's a silliness that pervades the game that seems incongruent with the atmosphere and the aesthetics overall. Anyway, back to the gameplay. It's fairly straightforward exploration stuff, and I say that the exploration is fairly minimal. The shooting is a little bit clunky and unexceptional, but again, it does the job. Some of the bosses are pretty good, others not so much, and the final boss looks like utter crap and doesn't play much better. So overall, it's a real mixed bag. There's a lot to like in certain respects. I said the atmosphere and the aesthetics are generally quite good, even if they are borrowed. And your mileage or how much that bothers you, I suppose it's really down to the individual. For myself, I think the developers almost have done themselves a bit of a disservice because it's made the game look inconsistent, but also it's led to them getting a bit of a backlash. And there is definitely a lot to like here, and you can see what they're going for, even if it doesn't quite hit the mark. On the plus side, the game isn't overly long, and it's enjoyable enough, and it doesn't outstay its welcome. I enjoyed the sort of 2.5 hours it took me to finish it, even though the various issues I mentioned do detract from it somewhat. To rank it on my ever-growing list where I rank every Evercade game ever, I would put it above Hunter's Moon Remastered, but below Ultimate Tennis. Now, I'm sure many people would rank it higher, and others would rank it considerably lower, and again, I think part of that might be reflected on your feelings regarding the borrowed art. My feelings are mixed on it. Everything is inspired by something else, but some of the examples here do seem rather blatant. That said, the game is up my street. This is the sort of thing I really like, so yeah, mixed feelings. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.